tries to assert its claims and then use force to pursue those claims.
Having said all of that, Professor Jay, is this now a cause of alarm for us here in the Philippines, as well as maybe other neighboring countries that also have claims in the disputed waters?
Well, it's not yet reached the level of an alarm, shall we say, but it's definitely cause for concern, and discussions are now ongoing. In fact, this morning I was in a conference talking where we were talking specifically about that particular issue and its implications. So definitely across the region and with the concerned maritime powers, they are now very seriously looking at this development.
All right. And what kind of response are you looking at with regard, at least from the Duterte administration, with the coming out of this law or the making public of this law?
Well, for the Duterte administration, it does present a big problem because all this time they have been trying to cultivate friendly relations with China in the hope that China will reciprocate. But this latest development indicates that China is not going to reciprocate, and in fact, there's even the possibility that China might even exercise force, use force against Philippine vessels within our own EEZ. No, a few months ago, there was an incident reported where Chinese law enforcement vessels confiscated the fishing gear of Philippine fishing vessels that were just going to Scarborough Shoal. They haven't reached Scarborough Shoal yet, so they were basically inside the Philippine EEZ, and yet intervened. So I guess people can imagine what would happen if they decided in that situation to use force. That would be a huge problem.
All right, Professor Jay, one other thing, just trying to connect the dots here. We also, of course, saw the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden, take his oath late last week. Then we have this coming out. Any chances is it has any connection? Is this posturing against the U.S., of course, leaving us, you know, in its wake to just suffer whatever consequences?
The enactment of the law by China has been expected because it was originally announced. The process began last November. So it was only a matter of time before the law would be passed. So the fact that it is passed now, I think, is coincidental. So what we're looking for, what we should be guarding against, is for China to actually now invoke that law in an operation, as a way to test perhaps the U.S. commitment to the region. That should be the concern.
All right, loud and clear, we hear you. So looking out at how, if China will in fact enact this law in order to show might or just see what happens with the United States. Thank you. I guess we'll wait, hopefully, not so much for that to happen. Thank you, as usual, for all your insights, Professor Jay Batong-Bakal of the UP Maritime Institute of the Law and the Sea. And in New Zealand, its first case of COVID-19 in 2 months is positive for the South African variant. The 56-year-old woman who recently traveled to Europe tested positive for the more infectious variant 10 days after completing her 2-week quarantine. The patient's close contacts have tested negative for the virus. And this prompted neighboring Australia to suspend quarantine-free travel from New Zealand for at least 72 hours. New Zealand has been widely praised for its pandemic response, with just 25 deaths out of its 1,900 confirmed cases. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.